Welcome to Silent Secrets. Today's journey will take you deep into the hidden world of human connection, a place where words barely matter, but everything that matters most is spoken without a single one. The truth is, most people walk through life blind to the silent signals others send them every day. You might think you're paying attention, but you're missing almost everything, because the real language of attraction, trust, and connection isn't verbal. It's psychological. It's written in glances, gestures, micro-movements, and energy shifts so subtle that most never even notice. And yet, your brain was designed to decode them, if you only knew what to look for. Today, we're going to open that part of your perception. By the end of this video, you won't just hear what she says. You'll see what she means. You'll learn the psychology behind how attraction truly works, why your instincts often misfire, and how to read the hidden emotional rhythm between two people with absolute clarity. But before we begin, make sure to hit that like button. It helps this message reach others who are ready to see the unseen. And if you're new here, welcome. Subscribe to Silent Secrets for more insights into the psychology of relationships and the art of understanding people on a deeper level. Now, take a breath. Let's begin. Part 1. The Invisible Language. More than a century ago, Sigmund Freud and Carl Jung uncovered something extraordinary, that the human body and mind are always communicating, even when our words fall silent. Every movement, every flicker of the eyes, every subtle change in tone or breath carries meaning. The unconscious is never quiet. And when two people meet, their bodies begin to have a conversation long before their voices do. Here's the secret most never learn. While you're waiting for someone to tell you what they feel, their body is already showing you. You just have to notice. Let's begin with the first signs, the visual invitations. These are the initial moments that tell you whether a connection exists, whether curiosity has sparked, and whether the invisible thread between you is starting to tighten. Signal number 1. The fleeting glance. It all starts with a glance. Not a long stare, not an obvious look, but something far more delicate. She looks at you, only for a second. Then her gaze slips away, followed by a faint, almost secret smile. Most people dismiss it as coincidence. But psychology tells a different story. That tiny glance is part of an instinctive dance older than language itself. It's an unspoken question. Did you notice me? It's the human brain testing safety, curiosity, and mutual attention, all compressed into half a second. If you miss it, the moment dissolves. If you recognize it and respond with calm confidence, perhaps a soft smile in return, you've just opened the door to connection. Because in that moment, she's not only acknowledging your presence, she's inviting you to see her. Signal number 2, the open gesture. Next, notice the moments when someone subtly exposes their neck or tilts their head while listening. It's not about seduction. It's about trust. The neck is one of the most vulnerable areas of the body, rich with nerves, unprotected by muscle or bone. When someone unconsciously shows it, it's a signal that says, "I feel comfortable around you." This act of openness often appears in conversation. A gentle hair toss, a tilt of the head, a relaxed posture. In psychology, this is a micro-expression of safety. When people feel uneasy, they cover themselves, arms crossed, body angled away, shoulders raised. But when someone feels secure and intrigued, their posture unfolds. So when you see this, don't react impulsively. Simply mirror that energy of safety. Match her calmness. Soften your tone. Lean slightly closer. Your response tells her subconscious, "You're safe with me." That's the foundation of every meaningful connection. Signal number 3. The evaluating look. At some point, the eyes will wander, not judgmentally, but curiously. It's when her gaze drifts slowly across you, as if assessing, imagining, wondering. This isn't arrogance. It's the brain's ancient process of evaluation. In evolutionary psychology, This scanning glance is how humans subconsciously assess compatibility. The pace, the softness of expression, the return to eye contact, all reveal the truth. A cold, quick scan signals disinterest or discomfort, but a slow, deliberate look that ends with a relaxed smile, that's acknowledgement. It means, I see you, and I like what I see. Your job? Stay calm. Confidence is not in movement, it's in stillness. When someone evaluates you, hold your space. Meet their eyes with quiet composure. Your calm reaction tells their mind that you're grounded, and grounding energy is magnetic. Part 2. When energy speaks. Visual cues are just the surface. The next layer is far more subtle. It's about energy. When two people start to connect, their nervous systems begin to synchronize. Breathing changes. Body rhythms align. Even heart rates can start to mirror each other. This is called limbic resonance, a deep physiological attunement first described in neuroscience. You can feel it when conversation flows effortlessly, when time disappears, and when silence feels natural rather than awkward. At this stage, you're no longer reading signals, you're feeling them. Let's explore the next set of subconscious cues that reveal emotional connection. Signal number 4. The subtle self-touch. When someone is drawn to you, their body becomes more self-aware. They might lightly touch their arm, wrist, or shoulder while talking. It's not always conscious. It's a physical release of emotional tension. Touching one's own body creates calm. It's the brain's way of soothing the surge of energy that comes with attraction and focus. Don't misread this gesture. It's not performance. It's presence. Your response should always be grounded, respectful, calm. Recognize the comfort being expressed, not the surface meaning. When someone feels safe enough to display vulnerability, meet it with empathy, not ego. That's the difference between those who seek validation and those who build connection. Signal number 5. Playful movements relaxed. Playful motion is another powerful indicator. It might be a light adjustment of a sleeve, a rhythmic motion of the foot, a slow swirl of a cup. Simple, rhythmic, absent-minded movements that show comfort and curiosity. When people feel anxious, their movements are rigid or defensive. When they feel open, their bodies move with rhythm. In psychology, these are pacifying gestures, transformed into flow, an outward expression of inner ease. The key is this: openness and playfulness signal psychological safety. If you notice it, maintain the balance. Keep your tone playful but thoughtful. Engage without pressure. That's how genuine chemistry grows, through micro moments of safety repeated again and again. Signal number 6. The space between. Everyone has a personal bubble, a zone of about half a meter that we instinctively protect. When someone consistently shortens that distance with you, leaning in slightly, sitting closer, brushing by without hesitation, they're communicating trust and connection. This isn't about dominance or control. It's the psychology of proximity. When two people are comfortable sharing physical space, it means their nervous systems are compatible. But remember, never invade someone's space uninvited. Proximity should evolve, not be forced. When she leans closer, respond by holding your ground, maintaining calm energy. If she stays close, that's mutual trust speaking through silence. This is how the body says, I'm comfortable here. Signal number 7, breathing in harmony. Here's one of the most profound signals: synchronized breathing. It happens naturally when two people truly connect. Without realizing it, your inhales and exhales fall into rhythm with each other. This is empathy in physical form. In neuroscience, this synchronization activates mirror neurons, the cells that let us feel what others feel. When you're in sync with someone, your bodies begin to communicate in ways words could never capture. You'll notice it during deep conversation, a shared pause, a mirrored sigh, the same pace of breath. If you experience this, don't interrupt it. Let silence hold the space. In that moment, you're not just talking, you're communing. This is where genuine connection begins to transcend logic and enters instinct. Soft transition music plays. Narrator slows down. Before we move to the final stage, the most powerful and unmistakable cues, take a second. If you're finding these insights valuable, click that like button. It really helps the channel grow and allows more people to learn the language of the unseen. Now, let's move deeper. Part 3. The clear signals, the final set of signs, are unmistakable. These are the moments when connection transforms from subtle curiosity into unmistakable clarity. At this stage, the conversation, the energy, and the body language are no longer cautious. They're open, honest, and congruent. These signals tell you, I trust this moment. Signal number 8. The lean. In this one is simple, but powerful. When someone leans toward you, whether seated or standing, it's the body's way of saying, I'm listening. I'm engaged. I want to be closer. Leaning forward decreases distance both physically and emotionally. You'll notice it most when the world around fades. Background noise disappears. Eyes stay focused, and even the smallest word feels amplified. Respond not by pulling away, but by matching the energy. A slight forward lean, a lower tone of voice, slower pacing. It's not about physical movement. It's about shared focus. The lean-in is the moment connection becomes real. Signal number 9. The eyes and the smile. Psychologists call it the triangle of attention. It's when someone's gaze alternates between your eyes and your mouth as you speak. It's not a plan. It's a reflex of fascination. Eyes that linger between your words and your expressions are seeking emotional truth. This look means they're emotionally engaged, captivated by how you communicate. Not just what you say, it's the ultimate sign of presence. And your role, stay composed. Keep your energy steady. The human mind reads confidence as stillness, not dominance. When you remain calm and attuned, it amplifies the emotional current between you both. Signal number 10. The mirror. The most powerful signal of all is mirroring. When someone begins to unconsciously copy your tone, posture, gestures, or rhythm, they're aligning with you, emotionally. This is the hallmark of deep rapport. Psychologists call it isopraxism, a natural mimicry that happens when two nervous systems synchronize in empathy and trust. It's how infants bond with parents, how friends grow close, and how partners fall into emotional rhythm. If she mirrors your tone or posture, it's not imitation, it's resonance. It means her subconscious feels safe enough to reflect your energy. When you notice this, soften your movements, slow your speech, and stay present. Because that's when connection becomes communication without words. Part 4. The hidden lesson understanding. These signs is not about manipulation, it's about awareness. When you learn to read people's silent language, you begin to move through the world with empathy rather than assumption. You stop guessing what others feel, because you can see it. You stop overthinking conversations, because you're attuned to the energy behind them. This is the difference between talking and understanding. And the truth is, most missed opportunities in life come not from rejection, but from blindness. How many moments have passed you by because you were waiting for someone to say what they were already showing? The subtle glance, the soft laugh, the shift in tone. All pieces of a story your intuition has been whispering all along. Freud once said, "The body never lies." Jung expanded on that idea, reminding us that beneath every conscious mask lives an ancient instinct trying to speak. The art of reading these signs is not about power, it's about presence. Because the more present you are, the more visible others become. The mind behind the signals. Let's go deeper into the psychology for a moment. Every gesture, from a glance to a shift in breath, begins in the limbic system, the emotional brain. This part of our mind reacts before logic ever gets involved. It's the same mechanism that makes your heart race when you're excited, or your palms sweat when you're nervous. The limbic brain shows what words can't hide. When attraction or empathy occurs, that emotional circuit lights up, and the body follows. You can't fake it. That's why the most authentic connections happen not through clever words, but through genuine emotion. So if you want to truly read someone, start by mastering your own awareness. Watch your posture, your tone, your pace, because your body is sending messages too, whether you mean to or not. When you embody calm confidence, others' nervous systems recognize it as safety, and safety is the foundation of trust. Part 5. The transformation. When you start noticing these signals, something amazing happens. The world slows down. People's actions start to make sense. You no longer feel lost in the uncertainty of, what does this mean? Instead, you move with quiet clarity. You can tell when someone's comfortable, when they're uncertain, when they're open to connection, or when they're closing off. It's not magic. It's mindfulness. Because reading people isn't about tricks. It's about attention. Attention is the purest form of respect. And when you offer it genuinely, people respond. You begin to build connections rooted in authenticity, not strategy. The kind of connection that doesn't just attract, it lasts. Closing scene, the final insight, now you understand. To read her mind, you don't need words, you just need to see. Every movement, every glance, every pause is part of a conversation her heart is already having with yours. Most people wait for clarity. But the ones who understand this hidden language, they create it. So, the next time you're in a moment of silence, don't rush to fill it. Observe, breathe, listen to what's not being said. That's where truth lives. That's where connection begins. Because to truly read her mind is to finally hear what your intuition has been whispering all along.